your arc to get a 5th value?
Yeah, because well, I could
Okay.
use it to bump up my medicine and then become a crisis officer, but you can only get new values from arc, so I might as well get the 5th value from the arc and then get the medicine point from a milestone.
Do you have every other thing to do to be a crisis officer?
I think so. I think. Oh, I also need a focus in survival. So I need two
Okay.
things.
I have no idea how you're going to use that value.
The bottom one. Well, I was thinking about situations where I'm the underdog, or the first one.
No, the second one.
All right, I can change it.
Okay.
I was just thinking of like any
Eh,
situation where I'm an underdog and I'm in over my head, but I can succeed
it,
anyways.
yeah, it makes sense in that way.
Hmm.
Um, I it I,
He's glitching.
I just don't know why it would be that phrase for the kill with.
That's fair. I can come up with something else.
And hello everyone, I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and we are doing another episode of Star Trek Age of Empires. And everything's fine. Nothing bad happened last episode. We don't have to worry about it. It's not going to be relevant today. I'm sure I'm going to be okay. But we'll see how everyone else is. I'm going to give it to the GM. Or not. I don't have to. I can hang on to it.
Yeah, just run the whole show.
Yeah, I've never done that before, honestly.
Of course.
Why did I
Right,
put...
we go to the holodeck.
No, I mean...
We're gonna have
Yes.
in this scene
I am not a merry lizard.
the
My pastime is
Exo.
finally coming up.
Ops and Mrs. Fox.
Oh, I thought
No,
said ops.
Miss Fox. I did.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
said both
op.
of those. I said Ops, I said the EXO, and I said Evelyn Fox.
oh.
Totally thought you said Fox and Mrs. Fox.
I said Mrs. Fox and then realized that's incorrect. It'd be... No, it is Mrs.
Yeah, they're married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
That
I
is correct.
for a second got mixed up between which one is which.
I mean, it's probably
I get
become outmoded by the 24th century, but you know.
It's outmoded by today's standards. It's mostly
Correct.
just, do you have gray hair or not?
I think it's important to establish ownership. I don't know.
My God.
I just thought
Ah.
I'd feel with a strong.
Not
opinion.
not touching that one with a 30,000 foot tractor beam. Jeez.
That's
Funny,
your
that's
wife you're
what your
talking
wife
about.
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It's not your wife. It is a person who is your. You were
A person
equally.
to whom you are married.
Yeah, there you go. You figured out the
There's-
low crazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I know.
Okay,
Phone. Thank
yep.
you.
What is
And-
Evelyn here as a teacher? Okay.
Led Zeppelin.
So, we drop in on the inaugural class. Of the high power workout group set up by the EXO. They're while working out, exercising with some other officers, Krasik, you noticed you can and do exceed what most other Starfleet officers are capable of. And it seems there are enough people on the ship like that to be able to make your own workout group.
Cool.
How would you set up the holodeck for this?
So is this strength training? What kind of training? Or is it just
You just in general, strength is the thing that all of you have that exceed normal human standard.
Mhm.
Some of you are as fast or faster than humans as well. You're not. You're slower than humans, but strength is the thing you all have in common. Some of you also have other things in common.
Okay. So I'm taking it's a relatively small group.
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, there will be an area for warm up, stretching, warm down, all that kind of stuff. And then the rest of the holotech will be set up for a variety of equipment to deal with strength training, but also with flexibility, speed. Because we're all stronger, but so I would try to have analyzed the group and figure out everybody's basic strengths and weaknesses, and where to provide people an ability to both shine and stretch and be challenged. So just like all sorts of equipment and obstacles and whatever. You did this to somebody who walks by gyms.
Oh, we start with one momentum because I'm present.
Oh yeah.
All right. Are you having this be more of a this is the time everybody like this is going to be working out here, come by if you want to, or are you doing this as a formal I have a plan, let's warm up together, then we're going to do this and we're going to do that?
I think I would have set it up as, because I'm assuming everybody in this class is kind of already into physical fitness.
Yes.
So I would have set up like kind of a rotating schedule of people willing to lead classes on various things, and then also times where it's just we're all going to be here doing this, so come on in if you want to. So on different days, I'm actually, since I had not done this yet, I think I'll give Krasik a what's it called, a hobby
Yeah.
Pastime hobby. Yeah.
of pastime of physical physical fitness training.
Yeah, I mean, you can add the training on there. That depends on whether it's more about the educational side or the actual doing of physical fitness. Like, one is teaching other people, and one is the ability to do yourself.
Yeah, I think I'll just keep physical fitness and kind of rely on leadership to help me run classes and whatnot. So yeah, pastime. I work out a lot.
Like, you don't just do the mandated machines and exercises Starfleet says. It's like, no, I do these. I use other machines, do this other exercise, which is really cool.
Right. Right.
Like, I'm doing this for fun, not because I have to.
Player
All
challenge. Figure out how to play a gym bro.
Give me
Oh God.
fitness
It's just
command.
It's Jack Ransom. That's Jack Ransom.
Difficulty 0.
It's true.
Like,
Is what fitness difficulty?
Fitness command difficulty 0 to start leading everybody through stretches.
Okay. Leadership for a focus? Or physical fitness?
I would take physical fitness here, yeah.
Okay. I will just roll it flat.
Oh, sorry, this is a one-threat game.
what? A what threat game?
1.
Yep. With a comp, no less.
Hey, you succeeded.
Threat or complication?
Threat.
Oh, someone doesn't want to cramp.
No one wants a cramp.
I mean,
Weird.
I will take fitness. For working out, I could see fitness medicine probably being the thing most of the time.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, and we also do like, since we're all stronger and whatever, this is also we can opportunity to do like martial arts with people who can actually survive being thrown by us or whatever.
yeah, we can actually do sparring between ourselves without worrying about our partner getting wrenching an arm.
Right. Right. So what role are you asking for? Fitness medicine?
I'm double checking the book real quick.
Oops.
They're like stupid cross training ropes, except they're chains.
That's really good. I like that.
Yeah, for us, like, yeah, you use chains. Oh, right, other people use rope. Right, that's too lightweight
Right,
for us. We
right.
give children that to get used to it, you know.
Mhm.
It is literally Jack Ransom.
Actually, reading it, I could either take fitness security or fitness engineering.
Weird. The engineering part struck me weird. I can see security.
Well, it's adjusted in to perform physically taxing, repetitive, or arduous technical activities.
Yeah.
So I was thinking if you're talking about weight training, maybe not so much like running. That's probably security. But if you're trying to do anything that's a precise amount of reps and a precise muscle group being activated, then that might be engineering.
I could see it.
So I'll take that at diff 0 from Fox and Anafina.
I'll take Vox. What difficulty 0?
Fitness.
Fitness, engineering.
Oof. Oof.
1 momentum gained.
Get all the bad rolls done on the holodeck.
Yep.
You stretch, but you don't feel too loose. And it doesn't look like the group as a whole is super pumped. But everybody's following through.
Okay.
So, do you move to using the equipment for strength training, cardio training, or do you move to do martial arts?
Let's do a bit of cardio first, and then we'll do some weight training.
Subtle
Get that heart rate
reminder.
up, get the muscles good and oxygenated. Or
Yeah, even a brief cardio is good to get you as a nice ramp up to
yeah,
lifting.
yeah. We always lifted after we swam when I was on the swim team in high school.
All right. Stop it.
No, never. Alright, ding on the right place. I did, yes.
All right.
We.
Give me fitness command difficulty 1 classic. And actually, I am going to increase your difficulty to 2 because of the trait Gorn. You can't move as fast as other people, and so doing exercises based on movement to get cardio works out is actually straining for you.
Okay. I'll actually give you a threat for command for bulk command then. So I'm diff 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will re-roll the whiff. There we go.
Yeah. Click on the thing. There we go.
All right. Fitness security for Anafina and Fox. Both of you have a trait that will bring this down to 0. Anafina's because nanites are actually going to well, I guess it wouldn't be nanites. I'm thinking that there's a cybernetic component that helps carry the strain of oxygenating the blood. like a blood gas infuser or something.
Oh, there we go.
And foxes for a different reason.
Also a Borg. No,
That'd be
an
less controversial. One momentum gained. And now, the part you all have in common, fitness to do strength training, fitness, security, difficulty 3. All of you have a trait that'll bring that down to 2.
What's the momentum on the board?
4.
Or I'll spend a momentum.
So will I. I'm gonna actually try harder a bit.
Sure, why not?
Momentum for you as well.
Yep. Please.
Gotcha. Da, 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 da.
Hey. Better 3 ain't bad.
Catch the styrofoam rock!
I'm going to create a complication. Krasik, it looks like everybody is doing pretty good. But it does look like Anafina is struggling a bit. As you walk over, maybe thinking you might give a tip or something, you see the arm she's lifting a set of weights with go completely limp. And
Yep.
Anafina, out of nowhere, you seem to lose function in an arm.
I will try and grab. Is it like free weights? I mean, is this going to come down and potentially hurt her?
No. Like sitting on a what do you call them?
Like a machine.
The I guess a bench, right?
Right.
Sitting on a bench, and working out with the weights one arm at a time, not like laying on it and doing bench presses.
Like dumbbells.
Yeah, dumbbells. Yeah.
So probably that arm that went limp. There's probably an audible thud as I let that weight go.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go over. Anafina, are you all right?
It appears my left arm is not functioning anymore, Commander.
Computer, medical tricorder.
Medical tricorder materializes in your hand.
Okay. Emergency medicine for focus as I scan and see if I can see what's
Yes.
going on. What's my difficulty and roll here?
2.
Control medicine?
Reason medicine.
Okay. Same roll. I'll spend the Geomentum. Got it.
Actually, that difficulty may be harder.
Quit. helping.
Did you already account for my implant difficulty increase?
No.
That the diff is increased by 2. Any task of medicine is complicated because of the implants.
Okay. Does it have to be related to the implants or anything? Because
Difficulty of medicine tests performed on them increases by number of implants they have. So medicine is always harder for me.
okay, I'll take the roll back and tell you that it's going to be diff 4 because you didn't know it was diff 4 when you're going to roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in that case, are you feeling all right to walk?
I move my feet. I start trying to stand up to make sure my feet work.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Like like my arm is limp and I'm not flinching at it. I just stand up and very slowly, almost mechanically, and watching my arm, watching my legs, and I look at you. It appears so, Commander.
Evelyn, please take over. I'm going to escort Anafina to sickbay.
You got it.
This is a very
And 1,
curious
and
thing.
2, and 1, and 2, and 1, and 2.
Oh gosh, doing jazzercise.
Yep.
Look, they're both forms of extreme exercise.
Yeah, we could say that, sure, because I'm being recorded right now. It's cardio.
Jazzercise is more than I did today, so you know.
Yep.
Any movement's movement.
Hello, Bebop. Bring me my kettlebells.
As the two of them go to sick bay, we look to Fox as multiple people want to take the opportunity, since they're around other people of their own strength, to try some martial arts. Does Evelyn engage in martial arts?
If it's what everyone else is doing. Oh, and just to clarify, I just remember, I just recalled something. The trait actually should not be modifying it.
What do you mean?
Because of how secret traits work. They do not modify they do not modify a task until they are declared and revealed. At which point you reveal what the secret trait is.
Okay, I think that's about to happen anyways.
Cool, dope.
In some ways, enough to matter.
Yep.
Yep. As a Vulcan ensign, prepares to spar with Evelyn. First looking at her, he says, "Are you sure you are okay to spar with me? I am stronger than humans you might be familiar with, and I do not wish to harm you."
I wrestled with meaner things in the backwoods of Cold Iron County, so give me your best.
I think he understood maybe 2 or 3 of those words.
I think you're going to need to put a little bit more molasses in that accent there, Curly.
Shush.
All right. He seems to be more cautious as he takes up a defensive stance. Giving the initiative to you.
Okay, so that'll be daring.
Well, I guess
security,
you declare
or-
what you're going to do, because if he's defending, he's going to roll. But if you
Oh.
also decided to take up a defensive stance, then
Oh,
something may
okay.
change. I was just letting you declare what you're going to do. But yeah, if you attack, he's got to roll.
I think she'd probably also try to take a defensive stance and wait for him to move.
Present security.
Hey.
I'm
cool.
going to call you the attacker because now you're trying to goad him into
making the first move.
Yes, and his trait of Vulcan is going to increase the difficulty here by 1.
Awesome.
Because you're not going to be able to get an emotional rise out of him. You're just going to have to like strategically outthink him. So
Yeah, Vulcan starts. Because that's the Vulcan's the defender.
2 successes.
Okay, gonna spend a momentum. I think he wins because it's diff 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I do have to make the first move.
Yeah. You get the impression that he will stand there in that defensive position all day.
Cool. Okay, so in that case, he has to make the defense. Right?
Yes. With the trait of Vulcan, he has 1 hit.
Okay. Daring or fitness security doesn't matter. It's all the same for Evelyn.
Mm-hmm. And now you would either decide to show how strong she actually is, in which case the trait's going to be revealed, or she's holding back and you'll take the increased difficulty.
I will take the increased difficulty for the reason that she's
trying
the
to
one
only appear
attacking.
as strong as a human.
Or I'd say it's more so because she's the one making the move and she's not defending.
But the trait doesn't have anything to do with whether you're cautious or aggressive, so it shouldn't apply like that. It should either be you're making use of your full strength and then we find out why, or you're holding back and you're not using your full strength, so we don't know that's possible yet.
Yeah, it's the not using the full strength.
Okay.
So I'm doing it against the diff 1.
Yes.
Oh, nope. That's a no.
So he is now thoroughly convinced you are a human who's just you probably shouldn't be here, but you decided to be here.
Yep.
So rather than doing stress damage, I'll say the first one to have 3 advantages over the other 3 traits, basically, or successes. So he's he has a good arm arm position and is starting to grapple you. And he's gonna make an attack.
Yeah, I was gonna say so. In this case, yeah, this is gonna be, I think, where I pull the pin on the pull the pin on this.
So then both of you are gonna have one hit.
Yep. Shall I change the name in the trait?
After the roll's over.
Okay, cool. Yep. Take 3 threat.
Wow. Okay.
Daring security.
Yep. 5 hits. He does see that you are coming on. Pretty fast. He still doesn't think you're any stronger than any other human he's met, so I'm only gonna spend 1 die. So that's 3 successes. And you reverse the grapple and are able to push him to the floor. And the smallest of eyebrow raises indicates extreme interest in this new development. Extreme curiosity. He says, without making aspersions, I might assume that not all of your ancestry is human, as he stands back up.
Well, I can tell you that they are.
A slightly larger eyebrow raise.
She can tell him a lot of things.
I
That's the truth.
see. No, you went first. Or he went last, so you go first. I mean, yeah.
So yeah, I go again.
Oh no, because you just
Oh.
you attacked, right? You attacked second at the end of the last round, so he goes first. Yes, so he goes, and he's going to attack, which means you roll.
Okay.
Because he does look like he's interested in testing your ability, so he looks like he is about to try his hardest.
Spending a momentum.
All right.
Oh.
That's 3 hits.
Yeah, there's a complication, and
Hey, if you don't fail, complication doesn't negate your success. So.
sure.
He'll spend a threat. He got 4.
Well,
okay.
Never mind.
You do have strength, but he seems to be more practiced, and he does quickly jump up and swipe Evelyn's legs out from under her. He just says, interesting.
Well, that's just lower than a snake's belly button.
I hate you so much.
He doesn't seem to react to that. I don't think he knows what you said.
Knight Slayer didn't pick up on that. It's like, what?
Like Dan Rather by way of Will Ferrell.
It goes to you.
No, I was the one who started that last time.
No, he just attacked you, which means you yeah. So it is your turn, and if you attack, he has to roll first.
Oh, okay, then yeah.
Okay.
Suggestion. You do have a miner you could be spending here this whole time. As the aggressor.
Oh, what to aim?
Yeah,
Can you do that with melee?
totally can. It's an attack.
Oh,
I mean, you can drop prone as well, but I don't think that really helps you in this scenario.
well, unfortunately, I am
He's trying to do that for you.
Actually, I'd have to get up, wouldn't I? Because I am
Yes, you would-
prone, right?
you would
You'd
have
have
to
to
get
spend the
up.
miner to get up anyway. Yeah, otherwise you have.
So
no
yeah.
use for
So
being
actually,
prone.
yeah, that is my. Yeah. So that is my minor. I'll minor to stand up.
Yeah,
And
keep prone
then-
bad.
You know what? 2 threat, 1 momentum.
2, 3, 1 moment.
Because this is it.
Hey!
that hits.
That's a tie, and you're
Well,
the
but that's-
attacker, so
Yeah. Though. That just hits.
some audible gasps as you are able to fight him back off. And at the start of the third round, he will counterattack, or at least counterattack, but really it's just an attack. He is going to attack. I didn't need to already pull the threat, but he is going to try harder. So you are rolling to defend.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll give you a threat. Come on. Hey. Very lucky. That was a very lucky roll.
Oh.
Yeah. Ah.
Not for lack of strength, but simply for lack of technique. He is able to grapple Evelyn, and it becomes clear that she has to call it. That she's not going to be able to prevail here.
Okay. Damn.
He says,
Bless your heart.
if it's not much to assume, are your abilities augmented?
No?
He looks with a curiously raised eyebrow as it becomes. It's pretty much clear to everyone around here that that Evelyn is not ordinarily human. So you can reveal that she's an augment.
Correct.
Hey.
Now we got to put her in the brig.
No, augments are illegal. They just can't serve in Starfleet.
Yeah,
Ah.
they've got rights, just not rights to service.
Just not a lot of them.
Look, they're equal, just not as equal.
Right.
God almighty.
Some people are more equal than others.
Out of here, Orwell, you hack.
Let me grab a med bay. Oh, I may already have one. Oh, yeah, okay. We go to med bay as the doctor scans Commander Anafina's arm. And he says, unfortunately, what I think we're dealing with is a completely torn ligament. He says, and you're certain you feel nothing, Commander?
No pain at all. I feel the weight of it moving, but I do not feel that it is sharp or stinging in any fashion. More like a soft numbness.
I think most of my patients might have already become unconscious at this point. He prepares some tools and begins a minor surgery to repair the damage.
As he's going off to do that, I look at a panel.
Going off? No, he's doing it as he's standing right there.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I guess you were saying as he goes to get to like the tools are right there. He doesn't need to leave the room.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I just look at a panel and as he's going to grab something, and I look up the most appropriate tool that he has in the facility given my injury. Basically trying to create the trait of helping him find the best equipment in the bay.
Insight medicine difficulty 3.
Ship assist, because I'm trying to get the computer to tell me, hey, by the way, I'm looking this up. What do I do? What do you have? That sort of thing.
Oh, do you say that out loud?
No, I just think it. I'm thinking it at the computer.
Okay. Yes, the ship will assist.
Yeah. I'll give you a threat. Something medicine, I assume computers?
Yes, computers medicine.
I'm gonna leave the ship's die alone. God, I rolled really well.
So, 2 momentum gained.
Doctor, you're gonna want to look in junction box 2A for the muscle caliper. I say as I get the information.
He walks over. Oh, so it is. And he sits down to work. Just Krasik stand there, silent, unmoving.
Glowering. I can assist.
You don't have no. I mean, no. He's the doctor's not asking or indicating. The GM was asking if Krassik's doing anything.
I'll ask the doctor if there's any indication of what caused the tear. Was it?
The doctor says,
Was it sudden? Does it appear to have been
exceeding
stressed over time?
simply exceeding the ability of the tendon to contract.
Was this an unusually heavy amount of weight you were exercising with today, Anafina?
Just follow the standard weight parameters that you set forth in the workout plan. It didn't seem excessive at the time. I will admit that it was a challenging weight for me, but I presume that the relevant safeguards have been put into place for the various persons, and did not think too much beyond that. Plus, the weight was moving until it wasn't.
I did attempt to match the fitness profiles and physiological profiles of all participants to the availability and exercises in the program. However, perhaps I should readjust. And not a bad idea to remind people to listen to what their bodies are trying to tell them. Although in your case, this seems very sudden.
Indeed. In fact, if you like, Commander, I could assist you in your next program situation, and we could give it a smart weight system within the holographic system and give it a as part of the safety parameter limiters, put it such that if it detects a certain censored load, that it could automatically reduce mass of the target exercise equipment and alert, perhaps through some highlighted light system, to that effect. That way you don't have to have the inefficiency of spotting the problem as you go along.
Dr. Nisler speaks up and says, for our patients who work on restoring their movement after particularly difficult surgeries, we have weights that can interact with the anti-grav plating in the deck. Very precise control over exact amounts of weight. But I don't know if that equipment is easy to come by. You'd have to ask supply.
I can dig around for it. We probably, in a ship this large, we likely have that sort of equipment in storage to meet the athletic and medical requirements.
Still, personally, I would prefer rather a warning where one could choose to push through if one wished.
Trusting the individual with personal safety is risky when you're in command of a unit in exercise format, Commander. But it's your class. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just noting a possible flaw in the system is all.
And I was speaking specifically for myself. Perhaps we could set up something where there could be an option for automatic weight reduction with an alert that such a thing had happened, or warning tone where one could choose opt in or out of the automatic weight reduction if one was trying to push to the next level.
That could
That's
be
Jim
programmed
Bro.
into. Wouldn't be a very difficult thing to put in. And that way, there's a visible and audible alert. So if you do go past, there's actually a record that it was going on, and the liability shifts to the individual rather than to the individual lead. Which I believe is the preferred method in Starfleet's athletic and health programs.
Dr. Nusitter says, "Thank you, Commander," as he looks towards the door.
Oh, you're done?
Oh no, we're just gonna hang out here all day.
He seems to only be trying to indicate something to the executive officer.
Ah. Well, I think I still have a workout to finish. I'll see you on the bridge later.
Presuming my
Doctor?
clear. Yes,
Doctor, Commander.
Commander.
I'll head out. Is that the door or is that the door?
Door.
As
Oh.
after the exo leaves, the doctor says, "I believe the source of the issue is that only, at least in your arms, only 45% of your muscle mass is synthetic. And it's not evenly distributed. So here in your left arm, most of the synthetic musculature is evenly distributed, but in your right arm, it's more around the shoulder and the bicep. And your lower arm is much more, it contains a much higher percentage of natural, for lack of a clearer description, denobulin muscle."
So we essentially have a hardware and biological instability, an imbalance.
Yes. You should not exceed using your right arm more than you would have before your injury. And though your left arm is more capable than before.
Is there a possibility for future treatment to balance them out together through some sort of physio program or cybernetic enhancement through traditional means rather than the rather more radical improvements I was getting? This is an imbalance that may interfere with duties down the line, and I do not feel an inefficiency in my personal effectiveness should be suffered if I should have the ability to correct it.
My medical opinion would have to be moving towards complete removal of the enhancements rather than further augmentation. There's so much unknown about the augmentations you do have, is I could not accurately tell you what risks they pose.
Then I would request that you consult with a cyberneticist of some variety, rather than your general practicing knowledge. Doctor, it is not for a Starfleet officer to dial down their effectiveness, it is to dial up within all possible means. If I wanted a safe life, I would not have signed up on a Galaxy class starship. I would have taken up winery or meditating in a mountain. Not that there's anything wrong with those tasks. They just are far less risky and far less physically demanding than Starfleet requirements.
I can. I have not taken any steps in your case so far that did not include talking with the relevant experts on board. Short of this injury, which I didn't have time for, but I do have to take into account the current guidelines and best practices from Starfleet Medical, as well as my own expertise. And it's at this point, both of those are going to point in the direction of demodification.
Doctor, I will tell you plainly. Enough has been taken from me. I'm not losing anything else.
That is your choice. And I would not compel you to do any differently.
That would be a violation of your
Medical
medical ethics. I understand.
No, he says, no, you have requested my advice. My advice has been given, and it is now for you to decide. And if your decision's made, it's made.
Very good. Am I safe to move now, Doctor?
You are.
Step out. And, also, I may, advise you to put in requisitions, or I can start the process, if you like, of getting everything of that particular muscle group stabilizer into standard issue, since that does seem to be the best one out of your lot, and the other ones seem to have an a 15% less efficiency rating, which is within normal parameters, but I believe you want the most effective medical bay possible. But it is your bay. I cannot command you to do so. I am simply advising you as an operations manager aware of the inefficiency.
Well, I'd have to get the nurse's approval to move anything in this med bay, but we'll see about it.
Very good, Doctor. Your medical assistance and advisory has been noted, and... formally, am I clear for duty? To return to duty,
Yes.
rather. Yes.
Yes.
Goodbye, Doctor. Just strides on like she wasn't told something rather damning.
I'm sorry, I have to recommend that we rip your arm off.
Good. The answer is no. Okay. I'm just telling you.
You're free to ignore the recommendation, but here is my recommendation.
All right. Back on the holodeck, there is a new appointment that the commander is also in charge of.
Oh, Lord, I'm in charge of lots of things. The captain.
Not this one. I mean, yes, this event in particular, but not the captain.
Not in charge of the captain.
Right.
Okay. Yes, that is generally how the chain of command works.
Kalith. Was there any other player character that was planning on becoming qualified for the crisis teams?
Not anything that she doesn't meet the requirement. Plus, she
Yeah.
wonders about the legality of the elite guard of the captain.
Uh-huh.
And Fox wasn't doing it either.
Fox has
Tenant-
enough conflicting loyalties as is.
Uh-huh. I don't
Luke-
think
He
Fox is
doesn't
allowed.
also
yeah,
need
no.
to be in the captain's
No.
personal
He's
janissaries.
definitely allowed, and I think he actually might meet all the qualifications or only be short by one. He meets more than Zakalith does, actually, I think. That's why I was checking, because I didn't remember him saying that, but then I was looking at his sheet and I was like, he might, because he meets it all, I think.
I think he might. I think he might not right now.
Yeah, it's
Understandable.
literally just a focus in survival is the only thing he is missing.
Funny.
All right.
I think Shadback is already crisis qualified among the supports.
And the captain was going to test to be qualified, right?
No.
You weren't? Oh, okay. For some reason, I had that in my mind.
The
Okay.
captain is very far away from being qualified for this.
This is not so much about do you meet the qualifications on your sheet. It's more are you actually trying out? Because whether or
Oh,
not you make the
no.
cut is different.
Mhm.
She's
Yeah,
very
that would
aware of her own abilities and also is not interested particularly.
yeah, that would be kind of weird since like I'm the CEO of the
No,
crisis company.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's different. So I didn't say selected. So there's
Ah,
qualified and then there's selected. Selected means you're actually one of the people on the team. You have the additional equipment when it's decided to employ the team, you get called up. Selected just means you passed all the. I mean, not selected. Qualified just means you've passed all the required training. You're allowed to be on the team. There may not be an open space on the team.
okay. So
Uh,
then
so the captain would be allowed to
qualify.
qualify to go through the training. It's just that they're not going to be on the team for obvious reasons. All the reasons you stated.
Is that so
It's
is
the
this
same
to
way that the
qualify
captain could
people?
go take the chief engineer's test and then also not serve as a chief engineer afterwards. You could still take the test. Yeah, it is a new scene.
So is this training to qualify people or to select qualified candidates? I guess
Oh,
I would,
I was about to describe the actual scene once I figured out who was supposed to be in it.
I'm just Shadback is qualified but not selected, so I don't know if they need to be in here or not, or she needs
Who
to be in
is?
here or not.
Oh, the security officer.
Mm-hmm.
She could be. Um, but qualified means she's already passed all the requirements. So and
Okay.
the test, like she's good to be selected to one of the teams. So it should be taking the test.
Okay.
So we go to Holodeck 2 as the Caliph and team are about to be given advice and have their equipment checked out before the commander uh, initiates the final training simulation.
Okay.
Phoebe's back has never been straighter.
Um, so does Krasik focus on last minute advice and tips, or focus on checking out whether everybody brought the right equipment?
So, what is the goal of this this run here?
You're reviewing them before they all take part in a simulation, the final one that determines whether they learned all of the training that's been given.
Okay. And do I know what the simulation is?
Yeah, in fact, you're going to tell me what it is in a minute.
Okay. So yeah, then I am going to.
In fact, you could go ahead and say what it is now if you want, but that's that it's going to be a different scene later.
Okay. Well, the problem with like making sure they've selected the right thing is, that kind of give away what kind of mission they're going onto.
Could be that you're checking what they have. You don't tell them. You just kind of note, and you're marking their preparedness. It's like, hey, if you brought everything, if you happen to bring the thing that helps you with the next mission, good for you. If you took more than you absolutely needed, you overweighted yourself. So it's like we have a certain thing we ask for, but if you want to prepare, because the list could be like, bring enough to go on an M-class planet, and just leave it at that, and then Starfleet officers have to guess what the hell what the test is.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna. The way this is set up is this is a team. This is like a squad size thing. So this squad should have been working together in order to come up with an equipment category amongst them all, so they have all of their bases covered. Whatever they might run into, whether that's a security threat, whether that's a medical issue, whether that's an engineering problem.
All right, then we go to the squad CO. Zakhalith, give me reason, command, difficulty 2.
Okay.
To see if your squad did in fact cover all of the bases of equipment. Did the medical crewmen actually bring the 2 spare med kits? Did the engineering crewmen actually bring the transporter arrays?
Please remember to bring both Type 17 and Type 19 batteries. We don't know which alien species we may be interfacing with. Type 17.
I called that out in the equipment. In the equipment for the crisis people, it's 8 universal power packs. It's like there's no reason that Starfleet can't have tricorders and phasers working on the same battery.
Right.
We already have, dual phase batteries.
Well, I was just also thinking like, if we need to plug into a Klingon system, that might be different from plugging into a Cardassian system. You need to get the right adapter. All right, human. Okay, you said reason command diff 3, you said?
I said diff 2.
You said diff 2. Great. All right. 1 threat, 2 momentum. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm not gonna let myself fail here. So let me look. Okay. Would you accept a determination spent on the value I am but 1 gear in the clock tower on the argument that this is my 1 job in this case and I have to do it right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You you're looking at one of the security crewmen who's tasked with carrying a stretcher,
Mhm.
and he doesn't have it. And
Mhm.
this is an all pass or all fail situation. The way I
Uh-huh.
think the way Krasik has set it up. So you have command responsibility to before Krasik gets finished here. You need to get that squared away.
Would you accept a call back to Destination Forever, in which I use one gear on the clock tower to work with Anafina to repair the warp engine on the shuttle?
Yes.
All right. Then I'm going to re-roll those 3 zeros. All right. I'll take the comp. I'll take a success in comp.
The complication is overloaded. Krasik, as you start, as people start laying their gear out on the table for you to look over, your guess is Ensign Zakhalith has covered every possibility. There is no piece of equipment wanted here. There's a tertiary power cutting torch.
Commander,
All
I
of the
don't think.
security officers are carrying, the everybody is carrying a Type 3, but the security officers are carrying a Type 3 and a Type 2 and a Type 1 for some reason.
Commander, we weren't quite sure what we were going to face up against. So not only did we grab Type 17 and Type 19 batteries, but we also grabbed a copy of Type 12 through 3 as well. Just in case we run into any Breen technology on the off chance.
So if I'm understanding the situation right, my bit here is not to say anything or say you're overloaded, but just to kind of note it for later scoring, and that's something they're going to
It's
have to
up to
deal with.
it's up to Krasik. If Krasik wants them to go into the situation underprepared to see how they handle it, yes. If Krasik wants them to go completely prepared to see how best they can succeed, then you could go ahead and tell them. I guess where I'm asking to give the audience an insight into what Krasik would think is more important. Them succeeding on their own despite what obstacles they may have thrown up in their own way, or making sure they're fully prepared before the test.
Well, Ensign, you seem to have covered every base. Now, is your squad prepared to lug all of this extra weight, potentially over miles of terrain, or perhaps under desert or Arctic conditions, or swamps? It is quite a bit of equipment. I see you've all brought your environment suits as well.
Well, Commander, chemical warfare is a real threat. But I see your point. We can reduce some of the redundancies, and then she's going to start. She's going to start turn around and then start talking to people like, "We need to get rid of the excess weight. He's totally right here." So yeah. Does that mean we can?
You might consider having those who are more proficient in, say, engineering, merely carrying an engineering kit rather than both an engineering kit and a medical kit and a dedicated universal translator and a survival kit. And the same for the scientists or medical officers.
That we understand, sir. And so she's going to, would it be a task to try to fix this complication or?
Yes.
Okay.
Daring command difficulty 3.
Okay.
Because Krasik didn't tell you what you brought that was going to be too much. Because you don't know whether you're going
Mhm.
to a desert, the tundra, or going to operate in a zero-G environment in space. So the suits may be necessary, they may not be necessary. You are trying to hit the minimum amount of equipment that could be used in any situation.
Yeah, guys, I
Um,
don't know if the snowboards are necessary.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to get Zakilla to kind of be thinking of,
Mhm.
you know, how to most efficiently cover bases without just, you know,
Yeah, overloading. Yeah.
right.
Daring command.
And
Okay, good.
I will tell you that the atmosphere will be breathable and you will not be facing any chemical attacks or conditions beyond your own physiological and your uniform's capabilities of protecting you from the
The,
ambient conditions anyway.
the ensign nods her head and gives you a small smile. All
I'll
right.
take it down to diff 2.
Daring command. GM, a focus in improvisation because I'm just kind of cutting things
Yes.
ad hoc here. Great. Okay, I'm rolling a 13 with a focus, 1 momentum and 2 threat. The dice hit the table. There we go. Let's gamble because we like to gamble here. 1d20. Okay, GM, take another threat. All right, so we get.
Giggity, giggity.
Okay, so we get 2 bonus momentum from intense. So can I argue for a new trait of why don't we say balanced weight or balanced
I'll take fully prepared.
All right, fully prepared. That's it. Okay, we're removing the snowshoes and we're definitely removing the swamp overalls and okay, no, keep the batteries and then she's just gonna, yeah. All right, and then I imagine there's just a pile of discarded, non-used equipment over here on the side, and she turns around and says, "Now we are ready, Commander."
So this Lieutenant Shadbeck says computer dematerialize equipment in section F.
Hmm.
um,
Now, you have all undergone rigorous training in all possible circumstances. As crisis team members, you will often be thrown into chaotic situations, into deadly situations, and you will most likely be deploying on short notice with minimal information about what you will be facing. Work as a team, trust in your commander. You all have the relevant skills to address any problems which you might face. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. We will not let you down.
Can I try and give them a rally there? Give them some momentum to go in
sure.
with?
Presence command difficulty 0.
Okay. There you go. Have some momentum.
Stop
Yummy
eating the
moment.
isolinear chips. Stop it. But they're called chips. Means they're edible.
Jesus. The translation mistake.
Don't tell them about buffalo chips.
Isolinear chips are actually what we would call isolinear fries.
Right.
Well, they fry so often, I believe it.
Heyo.
Yeah,
Scene
got him.
change.
Oh, I heard scene change. Wee. Goodbye, Momentum.
I'm probably not on the bridge. Yeah. All right. I'll grab the Vulcan ensign.
I would assume I'm not on the bridge either.
I'm probably on the bridge.
Oh, wait, do you have
Unless I'm
clandestine
not.
spy
It
meetings
could
to attend
be. I
to?
mean,
Wouldn't I be observing the exercise?
Yeah, wouldn't I be at the exercise, or are these things not happening
no,
at the same
no.
time?
definitely the ensign's not here. I was
Okay.
just saying Krasik didn't need to be standing in the hallway outside the holodeck to be observing the exercise.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it is, emergency, like, what is it? Emergency protocols are on or whatever. So if
Safety.
there's any need to stop it, he just stops it instantly, right?
Again, according to the computer, you just died. So you fail. How'd I fail?
That
look
means
at your feet.
if you want him, if you want him to be actively involved, like, I don't know, also in the holodeck, just like obscured from their vision, right? He could be actively down there and not up here. That's up to you.
I think he'd be down there. I always think of the
Okay.
Kirk and the Kobayashi Maru, watching from very nearby.
So it is.
Because if they biff it, you could immediately step into the room and go, okay, so here's what you did right, here's what you did wrong.
Right.
Also, probably a bit of a wink nudge, especially for Kirk, of, I'm going to make sure no one sabotages the test. What? Because
Right.
that's what I did. I learned my lesson. Because I started it.
Maybe somebody will give me a real book while I'm standing out there.
You can just replicate yourself a book,
And then over the course of the movie, I can read it, just like Kirk did.
Just do that in real life, right now. Grab a book off the shelf.
Replicate one. I dare you.
Scene.
Do it.
Just
Joel.
finished a history of female partisans in the Italian resistance in World War II, and now I've started a survey history of Korea. So,
Oh, nice.
I'm on it.
Woo!
Man, I gotta start reading my book. Darn it. Never mind.
Of Italian female partisans in Korea?
If only that's the book I'll write.
Alternate
There's probably
book
one.
found.
Oh God, there's a joke to be made here about Bella Chow Kimchi that's going over my head.
Oh God.
What in the what?
Anyways, this is completely unrelated.
I mean, is it? Maybe that's a secret theme of the episode. We don't know.
Oh God, is that what we're in the holodeck doing right now?
Yeah.
Picture it. Sicily, 1943.
Hey. Captain, you are having a regularly scheduled conference with the Admiral.
All right.
As he goes. Well, looking at my notes here, I think we've covered all of the important topics. Your deployment, wanting to meet the new safety standard for shuttle use.
I think we should avoid any of the problems we encountered early on in the deployment with these procedures.
Utopia Planitia thinks this is the right call. But there is one more thing. I wrote this at the side. This needed to be handled separately from all our other business. Whether you might not be aware, but as of right now, you have one of only 10 personnel in Starfleet who have been either successfully or attempted to be assimilated by the Borg. Your ops officer, I believe.
Did he come back with some injuries that required a cyberneticist? Yes. That's the most that I inquired into the matter for medical privacy reasons, but I take it this is a matter of strategic or tactical concern then?
It's a matter of internal security. At the moment, Starfleet Security has successfully argued to the what was Admiral Paris's title? It's something ops.
Oh. Yeah.
Chief of Starfleet Operations. There it
Yes.
is. Starfleet Security has successfully argued to the Chief of Operations that all assignments, responsibilities, and clearances to these individuals should be suspended pending investigation into any security risks.
What kind of investigation? And who's going to be conducting it?
There's a JAG component and a medical component. Obviously, there are legal rights and protections to be observed, though some rights are suspended upon joining Starfleet. But the most complex ones are going to be if there's been enough of a alteration to have created a second person. You might be more familiar. Well, I take that back. I presume you were not in Starfleet when you joined?
I was not.
Starfleet does like to have people like Joined Trill reconfirm their commitments and re-sign their paperwork, since
Of course.
it is no longer the same individual. The JAG office needs to determine whether that's appropriate in this situation. Starfleet Medical is being brought in to advise if these crew members represent a risk to the ship's personnel. If there's a ability for them to accidentally or involuntarily assimilate others or aid the Borg. We simply don't have any of that information.
All right. This is a bit of a mess that we're putting these people into, but I understand the necessity of it, given the lack of information.
Undoubtedly, it will seem as an intrusion.
That's putting it
But
lightly.
Starfleet Security's responsibility is not to the individual crewmen and their situations. Starfleet Security's responsibility is to the safety of the fleet and the Federation. So, their position is understandable, at least to me.
I may not agree, but I do understand.
You'll want to inform your officer of these changes. I will
Of
be
course. Admiral.
sending a few officers to handle the situation. Of course, it is not my desire or Starfleet Security's desire to force a resignation, but if one is forthcoming, let me know and I will recall those officers.
Of course. When can we expect their arrival?
I think you can alter course close enough to Deep Space 6 that it'll only take a few days.
The captain will nod and glance over at some chart or something to see present course and speed. All right. I'll divert our course as soon as I can.
If you have no questions, Captain.
No questions, sir.
Same time next week, Captain. Bren out.
Same Trek time, same Trek channel.
Yep. Lieutenant Commander Anafina, please report to my ready room.
Anafina kind of stands up and then just kind of looks around, stares at Fox and Shadback. Is Shadback here?
Yep.
Oh.
Technically, there's a higher ranked person on the bridge.
There's Talix. You have the con? I call out past them as I see him back there.
Understood, Commander.
I chime the door.
Enter.
Comes to very steady attention. Reporting his orders,
Commander?
Captain.
She'll nod. Commander, have a seat.
Sits down. Yeah, this way's better.
I'm afraid I have some bad news. In light of the recent encounter with the Borg and Starfleet's broad uncertainty as to what this represents, you're being put on a temporary suspension of duty pending an investigation.
Under what authority, Captain?
The highest. Starfleet JAG and Starfleet Operations.
Did they cite cause to you, Captain?
They did.
May I be informed to cause, Captain?
The unknown potential security threats and medical complications of the Borg assimilation process. There are questions over how much individuals such as yourself have been changed by the ordeal, and whether you may unwittingly still represent a security threat if we encounter the Borg again.
So, does my medical file, as reported to you, indicate my lack of fitness to duty in a physical or mental capacity, Captain?
That will be for the investigation to determine. I have not used my command authority to make any inquiries into your medical situation.
May I ask why not?
Frankly, I don't believe it to be my business. The doctor cleared you for duty, and that's good enough for me. However, Starfleet Command still has their doubts. And so I have my orders.
Has there been a file of medical and fitness from Starfleet Medical?
The captain will take a look over at her computer and check and see if there has been.
And Athena refrains from just looking it up herself. She wants to, but she knows protocol says she's not supposed to just.
You'll have to let me know what you're asking about.
Oh.
As in, it is not obvious to me what you mean.
Like, maybe perhaps the way I was thinking of it was, if someone's unfit for command, one of two people might be telling you this person isn't good. Either the ship's doctor or ship's counselor says this person shouldn't be serving, they're ill, or all the way up to Starfleet Medical goes, hey, they may not know this, but we do, and we're telling you this is that you need to set this person aside. Something's wrong that you didn't know about, but we do.
So, are you looking up the authority or the cause or both? Like, who made the final determination and what the final determination was, or only one of those things?
The rhetorical and somewhat picky point that Anafina is sticking on is whether or not she's medically been uncleared somehow. Because she doesn't know that it's actually a security and command thing. she's making a point that she's medically fit.
Oh, okay.
So she's like, have I been uncleared somewhere along the line? And it's like, well, not medically. Okay. just clarifying.
Uh, yeah, you can give me insight command difficulty 2.
All right. Insight,
Because
command,
I
Starfleet
doubt
protocols.
Captain Arcos has ever had a crew member declared unfit from medical directly rather than the ship's doctor. That would be an
Yeah.
incredibly rare scenario.
Mm-hmm.
The only way I could see that happening is if a crewman was like exposed to an infectious disease they didn't know about, and then medical learned of this and then was like beaming, like, oh, every
Yeah,
crewman who was from this planet might have,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
came back from vacation last week, and also your brother just died of a horrific illness.
Mm-hmm.
Lock
Yeah.
him away.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So focus in Starfleet protocols.
Yes.
All right. Spend 1 momentum on a third die.
Oh, got it on the top.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, there is a hold from the office of the Counselor General, i.e., the head Starfleet's chief psychiatrist.
The captain will take a moment. Under authorization of the Counselor General, pending the results of the investigation, yes.
So, to verify current holds on duty, I believe I am of questionable mental fitness, a questionable security fitness, and questionable loyalty to Starfleet in the United Federation of Planets. Would that be correct, Captain?
Right now, you present a large number of unknowns. So, yes.
Am I under arrest at this time, Captain?
You are not.
Advisory to you, if you would hear it, Captain.
You may speak.
Given the current parameters set forth, I believe it would be prudent of you and the executive officer to set me aside from current roster, putting ops under the command under Lieutenant Brott until such time I is cleared, with a special exception if, as per normal parameters of mothballed ships and officers, as it were, to activate in the event of emergency. To wit, to say, I do not choose to resign, but if Starfleet and medical community both do not trust a long-serving officer, then I will submit myself to their judgment for now, until such time I believe that they have exceeded their authority.
Thank you, Commander. The investigation team will be coming aboard in about 2.5 days after we alter course. I hope that we're able to make this investigation swift and put it behind us.
Are they bringing along JAG representation, Captain? Or shall
Yes,
I have
they
to
are.
They are? Oh, very good. Very good, Captain.
All right. Any questions?
A variety of questions, but you have a full docket at this time, Captain.
I'm sure. Feel free to speak with me further in the coming days.
Shall we commit to the... Well, given my current compromised status, I believe that I will set aside the meeting I had with you in the Exo regarding the ethicality of the new hazard team focus. Given the fact that my security rating is in question, a discussion on high security matters may be unwise in my legal position or for your command position.
We'll table the discussion for now, but I look forward to hearing your opinions once this matter is resolved.
Nods. No flitter of emotion, no nothing. Just been staring at you this whole time, sitting very still.
You're dismissed, Commander.
Captain? I stop at the door and turn. I remain on duty at this time, Captain?
What's the question exactly?
Because she suggested that she should be taken off active duty, and she's like, wait a minute. I didn't get a yes or no from that. I should probably check real quick before I go back to the command chair.
And I'll
And
clarify a question you're almost certainly about to have. This is not like a remote cutoff. Like, Starfleet's filed the paperwork, but it's up to Arcos to actually follow through on.
Right, yeah.
Because you could be in the middle of a fight with a Klingon battlecruiser or something at this moment, and it would be inadvisable for Starfleet to do this. So, her being on the roster, having security clearance, all of that's still active until you do what you've been asked to do.
You stand relieved as of this moment, Commander.
She just stands there for a second, actively processing. Takes a nice, deep, long breath. Very good, Captain. Strides on. And just turns, says, Talix, you remain. Captain will be coming shortly. One hopes. And then strides into the turbo lift and goes elsewhere on the ship.
Yeah. And so the captain finishes basically filing that paperwork. And then makes a
threat.
Yeah.
To create a complication. Anafina, I will take fitness, medicine, difficulty, 3. Actually, because of the trait Denobulin, I'll make it difficulty 4. The issue is you feel more alone and isolated than ever before in life. As a panic attack could set in here.
I
Because
will.
I
might.
So
quite...
I was.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was going to say, my thought is that anyone might be somewhat stressed out by learning this news, but someone whose entire species revolves around a very close-knit community being ostracized as such is going to have a much harder time of it.
I'm not sure how you want to adjust it this way, but if it messes with the difficulty or not. But my cortical node actually makes me immune to fear. So the fear part of a panic attack is gone. Much as she might be psychologically otherwise disturbed. I don't know if that would complicate matters or make it worse.
Thinking about it, but I was for specifically and only for the fear of aloneness, I was going to leave it alone because 7 of 9 was often shown for this specific thing to cause her problems.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, that's why I went with panic attack rather than like fear, because it could be stress rather than I'm actually afraid of this situation right now. It could be more of like I'm overwhelmed by this situation. Yeah, I looked at the fear thing, but I was thinking in any other situation, yes, but specifically the fear of being alone for a Borg drone. I think that's been shown enough to be something that all of them that are not connected to the collective, Hugh and 7 of 9, they all have this one thing. And Hugh was basically fully Borg, had all the components. So
I will try to invoke the value. A crew coordinated is a crew unconquerable, in the sense that she's trying to take comfort that there is a system in place that the crew's taking into effect. Even though she's alone, there is a crew swarming around her that's doing things, and she's followed all the protocols she's supposed to. And that's a minor comfort to her. Or it makes it easier for her to deal with this. Because the other one I was thinking was...
I don't take that.
We'll figure out
that one is either way. I could see that being challenge that holding you back, or
yeah,
because it could be that's entirely depends on your opinion of what the crew is doing. You could also in this situation think you're being abandoned and that be a value to be challenged. You could be it's not the crew that's doing it, it's Starfleet, rather than specifically the captain and the people around. So I could see that one being going either way.
Okay, and I will throw 3 momentum at it to buy up some dice. Gives me 2 dice, so I'm up to 3 dice currently with 2 hits. Focuses. I'm not going to call out a meditation because this is happening out of nowhere. She doesn't have time to... She didn't set herself up to meditate. She's kind of just being hit with it suddenly. The meditation can't help with things like this, I say from experience. But if you're in the middle of the heat, it sucks. It's hard to meditate when you're panicking. Is there any other way I can dodge out of this? Nope. I don't think so. I do not think so. Bam. That is 3. I'll reach just to reach. One thing I'm thinking about a desperation, she might reach out to the computer system of the ship to look up ways to deal with this, like whether there's some protocol she should be doing, if like she's searching through the medical database, not knowing that she's panicking. Like, she doesn't realize what's happening to her. She's just trying to figure out what's wrong and why she's malfunctioning, because she's probably misinterpreting what's happening to her.
WebMD, these are my symptoms. It's cancer.
Yeah. But
you have mechanical cancer.
Yeah. You're yeah. Just as a way to pull in the ship to assist me, basically.
I am not only going to allow it, I'm going to bring the diff down to 3 because you have involved the ship. Simply having another voice inside your head is going to bring I think is enough to counteract the liberated Borg increase in difficulty here.
Hey. Actually gaining momentum after all that.
Woo.
Just like camera zooming in on her face, and then she stares at a console, and then she starts hearing a voice of the ship, and it starts calming her down. Because, you know, that's a perfectly normal way to deal with this problem.
Absolutely.
Goodbye, determination. Wee. I'll still pay for later. There we go. Oh, that's what I was checking if I could call back to anything. I don't think so. Panic attacks are not a thing that come up a lot in our career. Well,
Makes sense.
temporal research, confirm antimatter, police action.
Scene change.
Yeah, I couldn't argue any of those. Got a log though. So.
Lieutenant Fox. You receive orders from Starfleet Security to first get the permission of the captain to continue, and second, to do a level 1 security checkout on Commander Anafina.
Or not, you don't have to. Rebel against the system. Assuming Fox is here.
Fox. Fox. Fox.
Do a barrel roll.
I'm here, hang on.
All right. Well, unfortunately, Fox is not here.
Hang on.
Security checkout
Here we go.
fails.
Got it.
Anafina's kicked out of Starfleet.
I wanted to know if I was alone in whatever room I am in.
Yeah, I assume you just kind of stepped to the back of the bridge or something.
Yeah. To which he'd find himself a spot where he can, call to the captain in a discreet manner. Lieutenant Fox to captain.
Marcos, go ahead.
I've just received a request from Starfleet Security. I don't know if it's been passed by you yet, but you're the first person I should reach out to about this. I've been requested to perform a level 1 security scan on it's why am I blanking on it? The rank. It's
Lieutenant Commander.
okay on Lieutenant Commander Anafina.
Being a bit. I am aware of the cause for this, although I was expecting it to be done by a different officer.
Do you have reason to believe that there's conflict of interest in having me perform this?
However, I'm not certain about the JAG implications of beginning security investigation before JAG representation has arrived.
Insight. You want to go off of Arcos's memory, or you want to open up and read the regulations and get back to Fox?
I think think Arcos is more likely to try and go off her memory. If
Insight,
nothing else,
command,
just
critical
joined
behavior.
Trill Instinct.
Yeah,
Insight
insight
command.
command. No, I'm only gonna make this diff 2.
All right. Starfleet Protocols is focus.
Yes. Have you established if the Arco Simian has ever served in Starfleet before?
I actually unclear. We've established that the Arco symbiote has served on other starships before, though, which, given
This would be
the
specifically
Trill
Starfleet.
history, which
Yeah.
again, given Trill history, is most likely Starfleet, because they didn't have warp drives until they contacted the Federation. So
If you want to say
yes.
okay, then I'll give you a free hit here because you've been around long enough to see this happen, to see something like this happen at least once.
All right. I will just roll 2 dice then.
The long history of legal investigations.
Yeah, there sure is one.
Every season has one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
One momentum gained. So the kind of checkout that's being requested is to review all of the access requests that the Lieutenant Commander has made with the computer system. And because it's a Starfleet ship, Starfleet already has the right to access all of that information.
Okay.
Now, an actual this is not an interview. This is not scans of the person. This is not
This is a data trail.
Yeah, this is simply an analysis of the ship's computer. You would be correct in there wanting to be representation if there was going to be like a search of quarters or medical scans or things of that nature, which you don't know if any of that's going to be involved, but if it is, that would be why they'd send JAG. So no,
Got it.
there's no JAG required for this because it's the ship's computer.
Right.
Yeah, because I think the only thing protected is like personal logs, and
Yeah, personal logs are protected under like a lot of.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to get into someone's personal logs, even if they're dead.
Which is not the
Question.
subject of a.
Yeah.
Level 1.
I take that back. We will call this a level 2. We'll say level 1 would
include that stuff. Yeah.
Would be literally everything, including personal logs. Level 2.
Yeah, because I was going to ask:
but,
is this like an engineering diagnostics where the lower the number gets, the more
it's the other way around.
Comprehensive.
Oh no, lower. You're right. Never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
I misheard
yes, the lower, the more intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
yes, we'll call it level. We'll call it level 2. Level 1 being including personal logs.
They requested a level 2
Yeah.
investigation. You said.
Yes, level 2 investigation.
All right, that shouldn't deal with any personal information. You're cleared to begin your search, Lieutenant. Please run your report by me before passing it on to Starfleet Security.
Of course, and do let me know if circumstances change.
I will.
Thank you, Captain. And Fox will go to work.
Yeah, to my knowledge, there's nothing that would be found suspicious. I'll let Anafani correct me if you decide you've been a Romulan spy this whole time, but otherwise, I think
The,
there's
the
nothing.
only
defined,
thing
right?
that might be, if I was being if I was putting Mr. Paranoid hat on, she probably looks into people in the research team from Starbase 211. So they're interesting people for me to be looking up. But that's, I would think, less paranoid. That's normal. She's a researcher looking up her fellow friends. Like, she does that to check in on them. But, you know, if you're looking for any security risk, that's one that you could raise reasonably. Everything else would be
Yes.
standard issue. Like, she's looking up stuff, standard
Mhm.
ship duty stuff. The only weird thing would be checking in on all her researchers, which you could chalk up as her being Denobulan and checking in on people she's
Yes.
served with.
Yes.
So in that case, it'll be
He'll put a low level flag on that.
It's like,
insight
maybe
security difficulty 2.
What difficulty 2? Insight.
Insight security.
I will spend a momentum. Thank you much.
Assisted by the computer's computer security.
computer
Thank you
security.
very much.
Hey, Ship, do you have anything cool with this? I don't think you do. No, you don't. Cool. Worth checking. Worth checking. Unless he sets up a laboratory, which I don't think would work anyway. It wouldn't. Bang. Hey. There you go.
That was just a straight 1. That wasn't even a.
3 momentum gained. There is
Nice.
nothing to raise any concern about. Your report is vanishingly thin.
I bet it's like the bare minimum, like, well, technically she looked at the tactical system as part of her duties. That's normal, but you asked me, so I looked it up.
Yeah, it presumably everything that Fox puts into the report has to have like a flagging on it in terms of like this is how serious like a security threat that is, and all of the flags basically say minimal or non-existent.
Yeah, you have reasonable justification for everything.
Now, that Vulcan I
Yeah.
murdered, that was under Starfleet Intelligence in Section 31, so don't worry about that one either.
Oh, of course, of course. Yeah. Oh no! If this was someone doing this on Fox's file, that'd be a whole other.
Yeah.
It'd be a whole other ball game.
They don't let
Anywho,
those people out of their rooms.
yeah.
Ba-ba-da.
Oh yeah, if this was Fox this had happened to, that'd be a problem.
Yeah. Well, any
Okay.
investigation to intelligence is always a bit of a heart-stopping moment. It's like, you have insane access. That's not good at all.
Yeah, you the information that you have access to is very broad, and if the Borg got that, that would be very bad.
Mm-hmm. Like the good thing is them grabbing any info from her head is that Anafina has knowledge on the Universal Translator because she worked on it, but that's not like super secret technology. That's not. It was once upon a time for code breaking purposes, but nowadays it's not as relevant.
It's very ubiquitous, and by this point, just about any sensitive information that they could have gotten from you has probably been like any codes have been changed.
Yeah, aside from my current ones.
I will actually raise a complication because a good point was brought up. Fox, you double check the file real quick to make sure, and you do come across something The shield frequencies were rotated a day early.
When that's not typical, like the timing is atypical for that kind of a thing.
It wasn't at the time it was scheduled.
Hmm.
And that falls under Anafina's responsibility.
Okay. He'll note it down, but merely as a medium security risk. There could be a perfectly innocent explanation for why that happened, but as of yet, I currently don't have one.
All right. Is that it with the file? You sending it off, or?
Yeah, I'd say that's how I'm gonna. Although this, when you said the shield rotation happened a day early, is this after or before Anafina's incident with the
After.
Borg? After. Okay, so after Anafina got Borg whammied. Okay, yeah. So yeah, in which case, yeah, that's how I'm gonna send off the file with that one medium security risk flag of, hey, she rotated the shield frequencies out of schedule. There could be an innocent explanation for this. I currently don't know what it is.
Efficiency, you say. Just do everything a little bit faster.
Same scene. Captain, you get said file.
All right. I'll look it over to be informed of the happenings on board my ship, and then send it back to Fox with authorization to relay back to Starfleet Security.
Which Fox will.
And the captain will be calling Lieutenant Brott and Commander Krasik to her ready room at their convenience.
What?
It's never really at their convenience. It's now.
Yeah.
That's
Well-
Starfleet for right now.
Yeah. Pretty
Yep.
much.
That's the polite way to ask someone to report in.
I was going to say, if your boss says, "Would you kindly stay after today?" It's not a question. When your boss tells you something, it's very rarely a legitimate question. They're just, social niceties.
Yeah. I guess I'll append that then to what she's saying is when your duties allow for it, which is, come see me within the next hour, but don't interrupt what you're doing right this minute.
New scene as we see what Krasik has been having you do for the past 4 days as you enter day 5, the final day of the training scenario.
Yeah, so what have we been doing?
All right, then. Two warring factions on a planet have asked for Federation assistance to mediate a peace deal. Both sides agreed to meet in a town in neutral territories. Negotiations were proceeding apace for several weeks, but then the talks were attacked and violence broke out, both sides blaming the other. Federation ambassador is gravely injured and unconscious. Only minor members of the diplomatic team remain active. There are many civilian casualties caught in the crossfire with injured men, women, and children. The town is small, and the opposing sides are each about the size of the crisis team. Comms are out. No one has been able to call for reinforcements. Directives. 1. Protect surviving UFP diplomatic team members. 2. Provide medical aid to civilian casualties. 3. De-escalate the situation and try to get the opposing sides to agree to continue talks, either immediately or at a later date. And 4. Determine the cause of the violent breakdown in talks.
Okay. Well, over those 4 days, what have we accomplished?
Everyone's dead.
Oh, God.
See, the real test was that it was a plague outbreak and no one checked their medical tricorders.
That's right. There it is. Yes.
I knew we shouldn't have thrown away the N95 masks.
That would suck, too. You're in the middle of the simulation, you're going along, and then everything fades away, and you're like, that means we died, but we were winning. We did everything. What happened? Oh, you just died of plague. What?
The plague!
All right, this is how we'll do it.
Oh. Oh.
All right, so you're going to get 4 tasks, each
Okay.
of one related to a directive.
Okay.
The difficulties will
Mhm.
all be high,
Okay.
but you can lower the difficulties by assigning a team member. You have
Okay.
3 yeomen specializing in command.
Okay.
You have 2 security chiefs. You have an engineer, a scientist, and a medical officer. All right,
Okay.
you have a corpsman.
Yeah, Corman, yeah.
They provide 1 hit for anything and 2 hits if it's their specialty.
Okay.
It looks like first, they have your team. Some of your team members have to fight their way to an isolated secondary office where some of the diplomatic members were.
Okay. Hit me with the diff.
Well, how would you like to approach the situation?
So we know hostiles of one of the factions are holding people captive or are in the same building
There's fighting in the street, and your people have to get across these streets into the building. They're not really being held hostage. It's just there's an
Okay.
active firefight between them.
I see, and they can't leave. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Then my plan would be, and if I use one of these officers, like if I spend the engineer on this, I assume that means I can't use the engineer for another task. Each one is
Correct.
one use only.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay. Okay. So my thought, and I can roll. I'm rolling for all of these tasks, so I can participate
That is
in all
correct.
of them. Okay. So my
You're
thought
giving
would,
the orders. You are
yeah,
using the team.
yeah, I understand. So my thought then would be, we are going to try to wait until nighttime, where hopefully the fighting has died down somewhat, and then we will have I want to burn 2 security officers immediately. No. Could I say I create I create a distraction where I set off I don't know. What if I set off noisemakers in a different district, in a neighboring district, to try to attract people to that area? I set off noisemakers of, fire, people screaming for help, fight,
This is
gunfire.
like a daring engineering difficulty 4.
Daring engineering. Okay, so. And if I do that while one of the security officers goes in to rescue them, does that drop it down to Div 2?
Yes.
Okay. So daring, engineering. I don't know if this is gonna happen. I want a 12, which isn't bad. I'm not gonna say improvisation. Could I argue stealth on the grounds that I'm creating the distraction so that someone
it.
else can stealthily get in? Great. For all it matters, considering my engineering is 2. All right, take 3 threat. Okay, that was Div 2 with a comp. I gave you a comp last time, so why don't you just take 2 threat this time?
All right.
And we generate 2 bonus momentum. I get to hear the task resolution before deciding how I spend that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They're able to secure those team members that get them back to the area you've cordoned off.
Excellent. Then could I create the trait of confused, I don't want to say partisans, confused soldiers that we've set up noisemakers throughout the city to confuse and distract and create radar ghosts for these people that are they're making their communications and coordination more difficult.
You can.
All right, I'll spend that 2 bonus momentum on that.
All right. A building collapses during the fighting next to your command post.
Okay. Is this you spending threat for a complication, or is this the next
No,
task?
this is the next task. Right now, daring medicine difficulty 4.
Okay. So what has happened? Have people been hurt by this?
Yes, there are people in the collapse building.
Okay. Then I'm coordinating. By the way, I almost called you Aratana. Anafina, we spent that bonus momentum on that trait. Okay. I would like to coordinate the medical officer to help them engage in triage.
All right.
So that should drop it from Div 4 to Div 2, right?
Yep.
All right. So we're looking at control medicine, or what are we going to do here?
It's daring medicine difficulty 2.
Daring medicine. All right. Okay. Yeah, why don't you just take 3 threat again? 'Cause I don't have a ton of things to apply. Medicine's basically my weakest score. Okay, we do not succeed. Well, okay. Before I spent determination to try to roll this again, are we expected to succeed at everything? Are we getting a grade based off of how many tasks we succeed at? How is that going to work?
I think the more appropriate question is, did Krasik share any of the grading
Grading
criteria
policy?
beforehand?
Yeah.
Any of the what policy?
Did you tell them how this is being graded?
No.
Okay.
No?
Then no, you
Okay.
don't know if you
I have
have to complete
no
all-
idea.
Yeah, I mean, you're the whole point of this is you are a team put into this situation, and you have to solve it to the best of your abilities.
Okay. In that
And
case,
you know,
Mhm.
sometimes we don't always win, but you know,
That's
do your
true.
best. I mean, if Sekilith can live with failing, I guess Whatever.
Yeah. Um. Um. Oh, what was I just saying? Okay. I could burn determination on it, but I'm afraid I'm going to need determination for a future roll. I know there are 3 more rolls, right? Because we're doing one roll per directive, and so there were 5 directives.
There's only 4.
There's only 4, so there should only be 2 more rolls.
Mhm.
Okay. Sure. Could I spend my determination on well, there was a easy. Can I spend my determination on the directive to provide medical aid? Because that's what we're doing, representing me redoubling my efforts here. To re-roll the 3 zeros.
For bookkeeping reasons,
Mm-hmm.
the actual directive you can spend on is the one in the mission, General Order 16, because it's
Okay.
about personal improvement. But
That's-
yes,
That's fine. Yeah, because we're kind of role playing within a role play here.
hmm
Okay, great. So that is 3 total, or that's 3 successes total and 3 bonus momentum. Could I spend the trait from the bonus momentum, friendly civilians, that because we've aided some of the civilians that they've
I'll
become
take it.
warmed up to us and they might give us knowledge or something? Okay. And I'll let that last bonus float, but I don't know if Anafina stepped out, but we should have
Those are the
20 momentum.
ones on the screen are the actual momentum.
Okay.
Before they stepped away, they pulled the momentum from themselves and put it on the table. So that's not bonus.
Oh, okay. Well, we should have 3 total then, because I generated 1.
Okay.
There, I'll do it. Okay. Okay, keep going.
Your the traits you've created so far are going to cancel each other out. The screamers are going to escalate the situation.
Okay.
The
That's
civilians can help give you information to de-escalate. So, I'm gonna actually, Krasik, my threat pool is yours. Give me a complication. Give me something here. So what knob or lever does Krasik turn to turn up the heat?
Okay, so far they have done screamers to kind of confuse the situation for both sides. They've provided medical assistance to some of the civilians and kind of gained them on their side.
And
Anything
they have
else?
all of the diplomatic team.
Yes, we rescued
secure.
stranded diplomats.
Okay. I don't know how much things cost when threat, so I'll just have to throw out the thing out there.
A trait would be 2. So a complication's 2. Really, the only other thing that would make sense would be a reversal, which would be 4 because there's 2 of you in this scene.
Okay.
That would end the scene, and that would be a major thing.
Okay. Trait of thick smoke, because the the firefight has caused a one building to catch on fire, and whatever was in this warehouse or whatever it was is creating dense clouds of smoke that are blanketing the entire town, reducing visibility and potentially making it.
So I guess we could say, in effect, that Krasik informs the computer to escalate the threat by 2, adding the smoke trait to the simulation.
Right.
Yeah, the second edition version of the holodeck scenario system is a little to take on, but once you get it, you get it.
As yeah.
Ow.
Shybeck quickly looks. Hey, did Zakath pay for that phaser? That was 2. All right. So thanks to Krasik, not me, the GM.
I
To
see. I see.
de-escalate this, it's difficulty 5.
Okay. Diff 5. Okay. Yeah, you're turning us against each other. Okay. I am
It's called
deploying.
outsourcing.
I'm giving you an opportunity to excel.
Yes, no, you are providing the necessary challenge through which these officers will improve. I understand. The character might not like it. The player gets it. All right. I would like to deploy one of my. I would like to deploy 2 of my command officers, one as a liaison to each faction. That way, they can have a permanent contact with each side, and they can be there and like sweet talk each side individually. As I help coordinate a meeting between the 2 together. Does that
All
work
right.
for? Okay. So I've
You're down to
activated
diff
2.
1.
Diff 1. Is this steering command or control command?
I'd take control command.
Okay. Score's the same anyways. Okay. A focus in navigation because I have to navigate a tricky diplomatic situation.
No.
I figured as such.
One day, one of y'all is actually going to take the focus reaching.
I'm just really good at stretching, okay? Okay, the trait renowned Starfleet officer, to these people, my name as someone who stands up for the common man might mean something that they can, listen to me or trust my word.
Trust me, I'm one of you. I got 4 years of higher education. Minimum. Plus 2 years of flight
Oh wait,
school.
were you asking about the Starfleet officers or about the people about the opposing factions?
I guess either way it could help if either the Starfleet officers.
If it's about the opposing factions, I was going to create a complication that the computer doesn't actually register
Okay.
your career is significant to this situation. So like the computerized people who are like creating the situation don't seem to respond to your chest full of medals.
Oh my god, Nikilith is visibly annoyed at this, but she will bottle it after a moment and keep going. All right. Control command. Okay. I'm not gonna have a focus. Sure. 3 momentum. Yeah.
That is 2 successes and a complication. That is 2 momentum gained and a complication.
Yep, and because I spend momentum, my intense doesn't trigger. Sure. If Ensley is going to be making comps, I'll give you 2 threat, and then Ensley can come up with how I insulted their mothers or whatever.
Oh, if you just want a complication from Ensley, I'll just hand it to him.
All right, sure.
And this
We're doing
was
great.
your role to coordinate the negotiations to try and de-escalate and get the sides talking to each other?
Yes.
Which did succeed. They are talking to each other, but something else has gone wrong.
We're talking with each other about how disrespectful this officer is.
Okay. Um,
Oops.
something's going on, but they are talking to each other. Complication based on that. The complication is that one of your liaisons to the one side was one of the people who did not have a universal translator, and
Okay.
so it's kind of clutching it with with their tricorder, but there is some miscommunication there that is a culturally insensitive remark that gets transmitted back to the other side. So they're talking, but something's there that's ratcheting up their animosity and tension.
We're here to help you.
And-
Your mother.
Yeah. Here to help you,
So
slugs.
they're talking, but neither of them are giving any useful information as to how this got out of hand, why they decided to attack. Because your liaisons are basically trying to cover up, or not cover up, but fix their mistake. So that will make the insight security difficulty 4 now a difficulty 5. But the civilians that you help save, they do provide some useful information, bringing it back down to 4.
Insight security difficulty 4 to, and this is to do which one?
Determine the cause of the violent breakdown.
Okay, this is the last one. All right. In that case, oh. Yes, Anafina, you can have my momentum.
2, 3. Oh no, now I can't get it to go away.
Yeah, okay. So it's diff 4. I would like to, I guess I was a little cautious in applying these guys, huh? I'd like to deploy my science officer as an investigator to be looking at things, because science officers have deductive reasoning. And I would like to deploy my second security officer, because I know they have at least some training in criminology to analyze those events with them. And so those two combined should hopefully be able to give me some information. And that drops
So
it down to diff 1.
No, science will bring it down to diff 4, because
Okay.
this is more of a criminal investigation.
Okay.
The security will bring it further down to diff 3. So
Okay.
if they're both applied, it'll go down to diff 3.
Okay. Sure. We're gonna have to be talking to a lot of people, asking them what happened. So why don't I throw in the third command officer or command crewman as a liaison, a nice word for an interrogator who's going to talk to these people and ask them questions.
Down to diff 2.
All right. And we'll see if the engineer, if you're going to throw some extra roll at me down the line. You said this is insight security. That's 12. I don't think attack run's helping me here. Not yet. Sure. 1 threat, 2 momentum. Set the dice at the table, and that's a success.
All right. 1 momentum gained.
Roger.
And just as you learn about the helpful local Tal Shiar agent that helped
Excellent. I was hoping you'd
poke
pick the third party.
at the hundreds-year-old disagreement between these two sides. The simulation shuts off.
And it's a failing grade. God damn it. What was I supposed to do? Well, not that.
Lieutenant
All I can
Shadback-
think about is Boimler redoing the training thing until he got
All right.
100%.
Yeah. Some
Lieutenant
people.
Shadbeck hands a pad over to Krasik and says, all metrics, Commander.
Thank you. They succeeded in every task, right?
They did.
No.
Yep.
While I do have some specific notes on areas of improvement, overall, well done. Congratulations.
The ensign is like beaming with pride.
Congratulations. You handled a very difficult, multi-layered situation in the finest traditions of Starfleet. You are all now crisis qualified. Computer, adjust. Well, do they only get the green stripe if they're on the team, or do they wear it if
The
they're
green
qualified?
stripe is qualified. One shoulder fully green is on the team.
Okay. Computer, adjust uniform replication patterns for the following crew members to indicate crisis qualification. Security clearance Krasik 01761. Ensign Zakalith. And then I'll read off the other names in the squad.
All right.
And then I'll stand everyone to drinks at whatever the hell we call our 10 forward.
I think it might actually just be 10 forward.
Okay. But I have to
Because it's the same
captain
position.
at some point.
Oh, I presume new scene.
Yes.
Although that's about to creep up because the captain's present.
Yep.
I'm present, so it picks up.
Handy.
No, Badgie, that's different.
Stupid.
As we go to 10 forward. First, we see a table around which Captain Arcos, Lieutenant Commander Anafina, and a JAG officer sit. The Bullion JAG officer says, well, Commander, after looking over everything you've told me, we can get this decision reversed for you. Your situation is unique enough. I don't think. In fact, I'd advise against representing this as a combined case to Starfleet. The other people affected were all assimilated for multiple days or months. And including your case with them would make your road back to duty significantly more difficult.
Does this affect their chances? And actually, I'll look at his pips. Does he outrank me, by the way?
Yes, he's a captain.
I would say sir at the end of that, then.
Does your return to duty help them? Is that what you're asking?
Well, if you're advising against combining our cases, that has a tangible benefit for me, but does that detract from their case? Since my case said it could be used in their defense.
If I were their advocate, I would want you as part of the case for my client. Not because it was best for you, but because it would have been best for this hypothetical client. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But in your best interest, I advise against it. Because you, nothing you did could be quantified as treason. There are 3 officers in here who killed other Starfleet officers as a part of their experience. That's why it would make your case more difficult, because now you've involved yourself in a potential case for treason and murder. None of those facts apply directly to your case, though. So it would be easier to convince Starfleet you're an exception to the rule and get you back to duty, while Starfleet makes up a general rule for people who had a more intense experience.
Would it be possible, Captain, to offer my testimonial to the other segments that may require my point of view? As I see it, Captain,
it'll be a fight to get it admitted, but not a hopeless one.
Subject matter expert, if nothing else, could be used as admittance.
As I see it, Captain, it is the duty of every officer, the more senior we get, to defend our junior officers and fellow officers alike. And if I have in any capacity the means to enarm others to justice, then I would rather do that, even if that imperils my position. Now, if that is a stronger case for me to be the exception, then I would like to do that. But if it's somehow stronger for all of us involved, for me to be in joint, then I'd want to do that. So that's... I'm not a jurist by that mean. This is merely my worry that we're getting into or Starfleet and the Federation are getting into a position of special classification of species or modified persons. That's how we get the draconian augment laws, for example. That is a mistake we cannot repeat or allow to be repeated.
He looks extremely uncomfortable when you bring that up.
Just stares at him, just says, as he says this, all these passionate beliefs, but it's kind of matter-of-factly because there's something dulled about how she talks now. It's almost like she has a lump of metal in her head.
Uh-huh. Given how distinct your case might be in regards to the time spent connected to the collective, if I understand, Commander, you didn't spend any time interfacing with the collective, right?
GM, has that been determined by anyone in our staff?
Yes, you definitely felt part of the collective.
Yeah, I was wondering.
But you were unconscious for that time, so it's not like you felt connected for 30 minutes or something. You felt connected, but in a fever dream kind of way.
But we haven't done a test or anything like that to explore what the deeper part of that, whether it's through mind melds or brain scans or anything that detailed. I'm presuming we haven't done
how it happened.
No, like how much we know about the process. Like right now, it sounds like all I know is like I have a fever dream sort of connection, like or memory of it, as opposed to a detailed scan.
So, yes, the technical explanation is that like you actually have like a transmitter was developed in your brain by the nanites. But you were unconscious. So if you think about what did I feel, what did I experience, the answer is you felt part of the collective, but that feeling is the same as if you had a dream or something, because you were unconscious, so your brain's full of chemicals and is not accurately processing information. Because you were unconscious. So it's not that there's like a weird thing that's understood. A doctor could explain it as like, yeah, you were connected completely, but your experience would differ from someone who had been connected long term because they rationally understood what happened to them, whereas you do not rationally understand or remember, if that makes sense.
To answer your question, Captain Arcos, I believe a more thorough review is required for me to answer you truthfully. I have, as I spoke, I don't mind sharing this with you or the your fellow captain here, but it was brought up in counseling that there was a brief sense of connection, but from what I've read up on the subject, my experience is somewhat different from others. But I do not know the technical and medical nuances that may involve how connected I was. Was I merely panicking that I was connected and out of fear, or was it a genuine data transference of knowledge? I couldn't answer that question at this time. I could have, I could not have.
I see. Captain, how long do you think that this class prosecution is likely to take going through the judicial process?
Uh, 2 or 3 years.
Not long.
It'll go all the way up to operations, and it will move all the way up to a full Starfleet court hearing, and then almost certainly get pulled into the Federation's High Court.
Just be aware, Commander, that you might be signing yourself up for a protracted leave of absence.
If you were to join their case, if you were to simply attempt to be a witness, or to provide additional information, assuming we can win the fight to get it admitted, since you're not part of the case, I think you could return to regular duty under that scenario.
I think perhaps, Captain, we may want one thing to consider on that second front. For I'm not eager to be absent from Starfleet service any longer than I have to if I'm deemed fit for purpose. But I think one way to improve the position is for me to, or through you, Captain, to captains, to submit myself aboard the ship to more in-depth and thorough examination, so we can learn as much as we can from the process. And then use that as a exemplar of a currently serving officer who here's the pathway to a functioning officer, here's the pathway to an officer in these scenarios, and what the difference is between someone who willfully commits offenses versus someone who is compelled to by technological fiat.
He says, if you're insistent, I will, but I really have to push against opening medical records that aren't directly pulled in by the case. You never know what might come of that.
I would request you, Captain, to consult with the other JAG officers as part of the case to see it, because it is entirely possible that they may decide that I actually complicate their lives more than assist. But I feel it is my duty as an officer to assist those in peril, and I'm in a unique position to do that. If it means my career shortened, then my career is shortened. But I have confidence that Starfleet and the Federation can find the better way. And if I can help with that, then I want to.
Then I think we've got a path forward. It's just that may be what it takes, Commander. I've met no shortage of officers who, in the end, helped Starfleet realize a better path, and for every one of them, the wheels of progress did not happen fast enough to save their careers. Society may benefit, but and if you want me to prosecute this or defend you in this way, I will do my best. Though it would make me uncomfortable to be advocating for the Federation as a whole more than you, because the Federation will probably get this right. But it's difficult at this time to know whether they're going to get it right before it causes harm to you. He kind of stacks up some pads and stands up and says, "I'll be in touch."
Captain.
He nods and leaves. We shift over in the same scene to Zakhalith and Krasik and company.
Featuring my new green banners.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Caliph will, dramatically pop open the glass of champagne and start pouring people glasses with it, and say, "Cheers to everyone to every new member of the crisis team, qualified personnel. Cheers."
Indeed. He kind of sneezes as the bubbles get to his sensitive nostrils. Ah,
Don't break the glasses.
Ah, is champagne not to your liking?
I find it adequate. The carbonation. It tickles.
Yeah, the ensign will take a big swig and say, "Indeed it does. Indeed it does." So, when you organized that, were our solutions what you expected, or did you expect us to handle these in a different way?
I had no particular expectations. The import was to put you all in a complex situation and see how you handled it. You're all Starfleet officers and crew, well trained, and particularly as crisis qualification candidates, trained in all departments. There is no set solution to any given problem once you get beyond basic mathematics, anyway. Starfleet officers and crew have to think on their feet, and situations are chaotic and sometimes not as they seem, as you discovered with the Tal Shiar agent. It was well played all the way around.
Yes. I thought the choice of the screamers to distract was a good non-violent way to approach the situation, although it came with the detriment of instigating more conflict, I fear, by making the conflict feel more intense than it really was.
No simple, perfect solutions. When I or the captain beam down into situations, or even admirals, diplomats, it is just as you all faced today. You never quite know what you're going to expect, and if it turns out to be a nice, simple, boring day, by the time you get back to your quarters, you have reason to be thankful. But how did the rest of the? Oh wait, were you weren't in the exercise class? No, that was Maravina and Madam Fox.
No, I can't make it to every exercise class. Sometimes I've got to, I've got to do guitar practice.
You should keep up with your physical fitness, however. It's very important for Starfleet officers and crew. Although, granted, perhaps not at the stress levels that myself and some few others take on, but to the heights of your species' capability, of course.
I do my best, sir, but it's important to engage in activities that stimulate the mind as well. And music is a thing that keeps my mental skills of coordination and focus going.
And your holodeck program, flight simulator, Bob Black Sheep?
What?
Well, every woman needs to have her hobbies.
Ha ha ha!
We jet away for a final scene.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Here's your Type 2 phaser. You know what to do.
Jesus.
Fox and,
Wow, Anavita, that's dark. That's dark.
um, Jasper and Evelyn sit down. With Dr. Nasir. Dr. Nasir says, well, he reaches out a hand to shake and says, Evelyn, Lieutenant, it's good that we were able to schedule this time.
Yeah, you made this sound rather important. Did something come up in a recent screening?
I took the advantage of having the captain here, who's with JAG, help me on some of the research into your situation. His specialty is in restricted rights.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't follow.
The the captain says, or actually, I'll say, Evelyn will hold your hand and say, I do. And then she kind of nods to the captain for him to continue. And the captain says, I did check because Dr. Nasir told me that Evelyn wanted to look into this because of the chance for the inheritance of traits. It's likely, in fact, I think it's guaranteed that any children would inherit Evelyn's legal status.
Legal status.
The restriction from service in Starfleet, government office.
You're talking about her like she's an augment.
The doctor and the captain both don't look like they know how to handle this situation.
Yep.
Evelyn says, if you'd excuse us, and the captain and the doctor make their way out.
Boy, when the
And we will
yeah.
fade to black as Fox
that.
learns that, in
Ooh.
fact, Evelyn is an augment.
Yep. That's a mess. That's a whole mess and a half.
You see why I did not anticipate this, but you see why I said that the captain got a 10,000-yard stare when you brought up augments, because I was already planning on this.
Yep.
But yeah, that's all.
All right. For everyone watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing and running, thank you very much for doing so. And we'll see you again next time while Starfleet continues its pursuit of injustice and suppression. But yeah, see you next time. Bye. Why don't I tell you how I really feel about the augment rule in Star Trek?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy. Yep. Uh-huh. Yeah. The circumstances around that are kind of messy. Kinda.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
That's what was funny when I was like, oh yeah, here's these other people who are also who are facing a class action sort of case and establishment of a new class of person. I'm like, this sounds really familiar all of a sudden. It's not the data problem, 'cause that hasn't happened yet, but it's like, I don't know.
Or it's about to happen. I think we're in season 2 of Next Gen at this point,
By this
or
point
early
we are.
season 3.
No, we're
Are we?
barely into season 1.